I'm Simon. I write Hope for the Future. I draw most of it and illustrate the covers and that kind of thing. He started off doing a comic called Flying Monkey Comics, which is an anthology, like just silly gag strips. And we managed a grand total of 3 issues, and that was me and Andrew. We both did different strips on that. And we're currently working on Pizza the Action, which I write and Andrew draws. And I wanted to get my teeth into something a bit more substantial. So, I mean, the first Hope for the Future, it was just a story that was going to be in Flying Monkey 4, but we never did Flying Monkey 4. So, the first issue of Hope for the Future is 2 stories. At the time, I'd been into the X-Files and I'd been into Hellboy and a bit the Invisibles, Grant Morrison's Invisibles. The idea behind the Invisibles is that every weird conspiracy theory you've ever heard is true, and I like that idea. And with Hellboy, I like the kind of folklore part of it, like fairies and stuff like that. And with the X-Files, I like the idea of investigating a new urban legend every week and they all turn out to be true. But I want to do a sort of English version, and I also wanted to get away from comics where people just sort problems out by shooting things or using superpowers or punching the hell out of it. So I came up with these characters who are sort of based on people I've known in the past, who are just sort of schlubby students who just get drunk and they don't have any superpowers, they don't really have any special abilities at all. I mean, one of them reads a lot of books. It is essentially a combination of my 2 favourite genres in comics, which are the Vertigo type sort of supernatural, spooky, occult stuff, and the sort of like American slice of life, like Ghost World kind of thing. After the first issue, I just thought I want to tell some more stories. I might as well use the same characters, and from there it's sort of become a series. And each issue so far has been sort of self-contained, but I've put in these little threads, and I'm now sort of wrapping up the series, and all these threads are coming together into a big finale with, you know, stuff exploding and, you know, giant monsters rising out of the earth and that sort of thing, you know. Started it with sort of traditional inks over pencils, and then at some point I realised I was terrible at inking, so I just essentially just scanned my pencils. But by that time I was using a lot of Photoshop, and you can kind of treat the image and add layers, and you can cut out all the kind of rubbishy little marks, and you can just boost the main lines. I use a tablet to do the paintings on the cover mostly. So I bring a little bit of that into the main art in the interior pages. Everyone's got access to the technology now, but essentially it just boils down to lines on a piece of paper. So I mean, everyone has always been able to make their own comics, and sometimes people who can't draw at all still make good comics. You know, I've always come to it from a sort of illustration point of view, where I always wanted it to be beautiful and always wanted it to be realistic and stuff. But it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. It can be whatever you want it to be.
I mean, I've read a lot of small press stuff where it's the other way around, where the story's really good, but they've not been a brilliant artist. But I can read through what they're trying to do and get just for the story's sake. So it can work the other way. And similarly, I've read more professional stuff where the art's really good, but the story's just horrendous. But you're reading it and just basically look at the pictures. I
mean, a comic that's well drawn, that has a bad story, you can still sort of look at it and see it as like a beautiful object, but it's not going to connect with you in the way that something that's well written has. And you know, a story that's well written that's got bad artwork, I think it probably always comes down to the artwork, because people see it and they relate to that first and foremost. But you know, as you say, it's different horses for courses, really. The
idea was we got it at the last one of these, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Last Thought Bubble.
We were driving back.
And because I've not really done anything in ages, and I wanted to do something that was quick and almost throwaway. So we didn't. And Simon's doing a very long story, so we wanted something that was very quick and insular and wasn't grounded, just a bit of fun.
Are they available online, or is it?
They will be shortly, but I've got to redo the website first.
Right,
so
okay.
we've got another story already, and we'll put that one out. And yeah.
Well, I mean, I love Thought Bubble. Of all the conventions we've done and the ones that we've been to, this is like clearly the best. Obviously, they've got funding the film festival, but there's something about it. There's such a good mix between kind of professional artists and some independent artists like us. It's very colourful. You've got all the cosplayers around, which I think is brilliant. It seems to be getting bigger every year, and there's such a good atmosphere. And I only hear good things about it. I've been to other conventions, and people moan a bit, and I think the organisation of it has just been spot on. I think that's what it comes down to, you know. And of course, it's in the best city in the world, Leeds. But yeah, I've got no complaints at all. I wish it was more than once a year, actually.